All right. Welcome. I'm gonna wait for a few people to log in and get my books in alignment. Who's joining? Hello, welcome. Hey, thanks for joining. I'm waiting for some more people to join in the live before I start just being a rambling woman over here and get into the field. Oh, I need to go light a candle. What's up, Alan? Hey, brother. Did you got your mom watching again today? I'm lighting a candle. And I'm grabbing some Palo Santo. What's up, big heart? Peace, love. You changed that? Did you just change your name? I thought it was something different yesterday. We're getting the Palo Santo out. Yeah, today we're going to talk about, I asked people to write me like what the hell they wanted, but that's not the way I work anyways. It's just not, I don't work like that. I don't even give a shit to work like that. But I mean, I like to help the collective, like with where they're at, but like to be real, I'm just a vessel for whatever needs to be coming through. God's just using me, okay? Source, creation, the universe flows through me. And that must have been enough. How are you? I'm good. Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. My cat. I'm doing really good today. Later start, we went and looked at some houses today. So I spent my morning driving around looking at some houses, going with the flow. Getting rid Gonzo. Hey. You're the only person I know that has that nickname. I've never seen anybody else come across my fields that has that nickname. All right. I'll be looking at foreclosure homes in South Dakota. Nice. Really, you like the governor there? That is too cold for my thin blood. Being in Florida for almost 9 years now. Okay, this song is like super boring. This one's better. Bring it home. But there's a theme of homes and moving. So that be the theme. Let me turn this down. No, man, when I find myself, bring it on home. I'm gonna find my joy. They have like 5 data vet too. Cool. I don't know what that means. To me, I'm thinking data centers. Why the change in homes? Bring it on home. Bring it on home, home, home. Because we're essentially shifting our home. Home is where the heart is. So it's all, everything in the fucking reality is speaking to us. Everything, all the time. And your lens of perception is what fucking matters, period. Okay. Sorry, I had to get prepared and cleansed and cleared and my energy filled for this. Okay, so yeah, everything is about perception. I'm like leaning in as if I'm not already fucking 5'2" and don't need to shrink down any shorter. I'm a shorty. So yeah, everything is about, it's just the universe, the you in verse, the you in rhythm, the source creation of all things. You being a fractal of that is constantly fucking speaking. It's like, just can you read your own reality or not? And then most people they're in their personality, which is the creation, and not being the creative reality, the reality that's been created for them. And they're not perceiving from their soul, and interpreting the symbolism and the messages from their own, right? They're waiting for, it's coming through a lens of how they've been trained or ingrained to be. But it's home. When I find myself, I'm going to bring it on home. So our whole reality, like, it's a hologram. And so our perception is what shifts it. And when we come home to the heart, in our heart coherence, the heart frequency, it shifts how we perceive, how we receive energy, and then it gets dialed through our perception and expression. So the whole hologram shifts. Chlorophyll. Good old alfalfa water over here. What's up, Nan? Here, do you want me to... I don't know how to add moderators or anything like that. I really don't. No, not mirrored. Yeah. So we're not mirroring. I just did that flippy flop thing so that you guys can see it. Okay. Oh, gotta go this way. Oh, yeah, it's on that side. Fuck, now it's all weird for me. You're my planet. We reach the time when the night is the final stage. This is so that I'm listening to the messages and the music that just came on. The song before this was by American authors, and it's called Bring It On Home. And now this is Rocket Ship by, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but Lunar. It's L-L-U-N-R. I don't fucking know. I always thought that this was Imagine Dragons, to be honest, until I looked at who it is right now. So we've reached the time. So again, spirit, it's not, yesterday I was like, they need to know this esoteric shit. You do and you don't. Those that need to will. And it's like, really, what are we here for? Presence is the most powerful thing that there is. Getting snippets, and like a lot of people already know quite a few things, and it's just kind of being confirmation for a lot of people, So the people that I'm meant to reach, okay? I'm not meant for everybody. I'm meant for my fractal, right? So, but spirit is just really, I was actually, Nan, you were like, oh, this came across my FYP today or whatever. Actually, I was looking at doing a side-by-side for this specific video that I've already done about Yeshua, Mary, masculine, feminine, and the star-born child. I was going to do a side-by-side of my old video. So I was already, it was in my field. So Nan, you're in my field. Of course you are, right? You were in the group. You definitely have an interconnected, and then, we're not too far in distance here. So the post from January is so cool. Yeah, a lot of my doodle noodles are just like, they're snippets. They're, how the group was. They go into mad detail in the group, but like on these 10-minute videos with doodle noodles, it's just to get an activation into the energy fields of everybody that comes across it. That's meant to get activated from it. Here to help you in humanity. Girl, you're doing your part. You're just doing you, dude. Just doing you. I almost forgot my... Welcome, Jennifer. Welcome. Welcome, everybody that's joining the live. So, yeah, we're coming home to the heart field. So, the age, let's talk about this on these snippets. And then I'm going to get into I'm going to get into some of the Keylontic shit, I'm sure. This book's hot and heavy. Well, that's like a lot of other books. All right. It's a lot of... and now we've got Snow Heyo. Hey, yo. Listen what I say, yo. All right. Rosemary oil. That was frankincense. That was frankincense. Okay. So, esoterically, most people think that we're going into the sixth root race, but we've already had that. That's what Yeshua, Jesus, the Jesus shit was all about. Mary, It's all symbolic of the Christ era, the Christ reign, the sixth root race, which was the shaman, the sensitive, the empath. So if you're familiar with Richard Rudd, he speaks a lot about the coming of the Trivian. It's the name that he gave it. The Trivian age and the return of the matriarch. And a lot of people believe that it's the return of the matriarch, but it's actually the end of time, the end times. So because we're in the time of delusion and illusion, okay? And hidden, things were hidden, and you just got to be coded to it, or you got to do some, well, I keep moving it that way, and I'm getting it out of the fucking screen. I'm trying to get it in the fucking screen. There. I won't let it go. Hey. I got to open the lyrics. People need the cover of Another Perfect Wonder where it's so white as snow, obviously, but privately divided by a world so undecided, and there's nowhere to go. In between the cover of Another Perfect Wonder, and it's so white as snow, running through the field where all my tracks will be concealed, and there's nowhere to go, Hale. Went to descend to amend for a friend all the channels that have broken down. Now you bring it up. I'm gonna ring it up. I mean, a lot of people believe that his work is about heroin, and there's probably an aspect to that, but the divine source is always using musicians to bring through music, manifestation and music. Anyway, so the sixth root race was the Christ reign that had to do with the sixth ray, that had to do with the planet Neptune. Neptune rules the... Is that going to work for me? Yeah. Neptune rules like the causal plane. Okay. The heart field, the causal plane. This right here, the green. Okay. Can you see that? The green. So Neptune rules this. Energetically, we have a planet that rules every one of the spirit bodies in your body and in the cosmic being's body. That works. There we go. And so Neptune rules the causal body. Oh my Jesus. When it's not mirrored, it's fucking wonky for me to get this correct. Sorry about the messing with the camera so much. All right. So Neptune is ruling the causal plane. It's the ruler of the causal body, the heart field. Okay. And it is about imagination, fantasy, but it's about love. It's about, interconnectedness, oneness. It's essentially the astral body right here that Mars. Okay, yeah. So Mars rules the astral body. These are the lower bodies. Okay, these are the lower three. These are the lower three bodies, and Mars rules this lower body. Now, during the sixth root race of the Christ reign, and Neptune rules Pisces, the Christ. Okay. Frequency, and the sixth ray of devotion and idealism. So that's what Neptune is about, devotion and idealism. Not to idol, but to live within idealism, to live within creativity. And the causal plane is the creative field, where we pull all the creative, everything that could ever be created is in the creative field. And the heart field, the joy, the play, the more you're devoted to your craft, to your inner child and creativity. And that's what Christ was about. The Christ reign. I mean, that sixth root race. So we see it play out on the physical plane, or in our physical reality, through Mars, through passion and play. Now, the alter side to Mars is war and aggression. Okay, so you'll have the dueling aspects to that. It's too loud. Oh, it's 13:13 on one of my phones. It's 13:13. What do you know? Okay. So we have, so Mars is not a sacred planet, meaning that it's going through its process to become sacred. Okay, so we know that Jesus and Mary, I can't sit down and do this. I have to stand up. Okay. I almost feel like I need to move this back so I have more space to move around. And then that way I can get more in the damn shot with the camera. Okay, so Yeshua, Jesus, Yeshua means salvation. Okay, or Yahuwah saves, salvation. It's purpose and destiny. And it represents the mind, and Mary represents the body. The Yeshua was the son. It's a representation. It's symbolism. It's symbolic of the sun, and Mary is symbolism of the moon. Okay, and she's the astral body. Okay, and so the health of our astral body is what is going to manifest in our physical. Just like what you're pouring into the woman is what your physical reality shows up as a man. Okay, when you're in that marriage. So when you get married, or in the physical reality, how that plays out, you get married and the two become one, or another field. They create a whole nother field. It's you and them, and then the relationship, and that's the spirit of the relationship. Okay. Now their story again that got broken and distorted because we're in the time of Satan. They don't want people to know, but a lot of people that are on the path, or at least coming into this field, know about Sarah, their daughter. Okay. Sarah Tamar, and her name, Sarah, means princess or noble woman, nobility. Okay. The noble gases. All right. And Tamar is a date palm tree. It's the daughter-in-law of Judah. So the palm tree is, or we can also see that in the Egyptian culture, the palm tree was, seen as the tree of life. Okay. Because its roots go down really deep, and they obviously go up really high. So Sarah, their daughter, was born under an exiled or hidden exiled star. So in the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, or in the nakshatras, okay, in the nakshatras, Brahma's star. So there's 27 nakshatras, but there's actually a hidden one. That's the exiled star. Okay, the hidden star is Lyra. Okay, right there. It's in Sagittarius. It's Gene Key 26 if you look up the Gene Keys, okay, which is known as the city of invisibility. It is the sacred trickster key, which is Merlin, Loki, the god that people don't think is God, but God is in everything, right? How Merlin can bippity boppity boo into whatever he wants to. Loki can shapeshift. It's the shapeshifter energy. Okay, but nonetheless, Jinki 26 is in alignment with the star Lyra, and that is the 28th nakshatra, or the hidden nakshatra, and that's Brahma's star, the star of God, okay, the creator. That's, again, Jinki 26. It's in Sagittarius. Now, again, Sarah, the noble woman, was born under the exiled star, and the nakshatra is called Aljabit. Please don't get mad at me. Abjit. Don't get mad at me for not pronouncing this correctly, okay? Hey, Blair. And then it means victorious one. So I am summarizing this really quickly, okay? But Jesus and Mary coming together, that was the masculine and feminine coming together. That represents get it over here, the sixth root race, which, we started from the top and we descended all the way to the bottom. So we came from perfection, which is Adam Kadmon, or the spiritual Adam. Okay, the fully anointed, glowing, luminous being that we were, and we descended into duality. We took a bite of the apple and we broke the gases, the noble gases. Noble gases don't need anything other than themselves. They're noble, they're whole on their own. Okay, but then we bit into the apple, which is duality, or into the toroidal field, and descended and continued to descend. So the fourth root race was Atlantis. The fifth root race was the Aryan. The sixth root race, the Tar Aryan, which is the black Aryan. Okay, the black Aryan. What song is this? What do you want? Diggy, just relax, dude. Just relax, cat. The Tartarian, but it was the Christ reign. Jesus, the Christ, the carpenter. He was 33. He ascended at 33, or you understand, he was a Mason. The sixth root race were the master builders. Your root chakra is not your root chakra. Your sacral chakra is all about your creativity, the vitality, the chi, love, union, sensuality. It connects to the womb of creation. Again, the lower chakras all have higher counterparts. Okay, and so the birth of Sarah is the lore, the myth, the symbolism, okay, of the birth of the seventh root race. It's not about a fucking single child, all right? It is about a legacy of a frequency that was born onto the planet, okay, that was brought into reality, but that was through the builders, the master builders. And that was what the sixth root race was. That's where we see all of the creative ingenious on the planet. We're in our hologram, okay? It's not even a planet. It's a motherfucking plane of net of magnetics. So we're on a disc. It's a hologram. And so the sun itself, our consciousness, or the Earth's externalized consciousness, that's what our white sun. It's the white hole to the black hole, the black sun. The black sun is the internal creation, and everything comes out. So what's inward gets played outward. And these are the discs, or the levels of comprehension, or the levels of expression. Each chakra, like you're having to go through each one of your chakras to fine tune your system. So too is Gaia. All right. And so we're orienting the heart of the cosmic being, bringing it back into wholeness. Okay. Through it descending through, facing itself, the anima, the animus, and coming back into holy union, which is the sacred union, which is communion when you take communion. So what we're living through, the great deception, if you will, everything that was inverted by the church there's planetary initiations. Who's following me and who's not? The Adept, many books. Oh yeah, I've read lots of books. I mean, but it's beyond the fucking books, man. Like, you can get into a book and it just triggers and it awakens your soul. It's really about, do you just follow your soul? Not every book that I've read is 100. They're not 100%. They have so much of their own inflated fucking sense of ideology in it. It's about synthesis, the finding the thread that connects them all, not splitting it, not dualistically, not creating and this. There is hierarchy, but like in the realms, there's hierarchy in the reality. Everything that's here and played out is a manifestation of what's happening in the higher planes. But it's not, yes, I've read a lot of books, but like, it's not like everything that I'm saying is a regurgitation, because that's not a truth at all. I've synthesized and like commonality, found the common thread in a lot of shit. And I express it like you're in very easy lingo. Does this mean flat earthers are confusing an energetic conversation? No, because there's a manifestation. There's a physical to all spirit. But I deal more with the philosophy and the symbolism, what it represents. When we're talking about flat Earth people, everybody has a purpose. Most of the time, it's just personality, and most people are playing from a personality level, not really dealing with the soul. They're not going deeper, and some people do. Some people do. Not everybody, but you understand. They're more on the logic side of the brain. They haven't quite fully hemi-synced. So what is the name of the hidden chakra? There's not a hidden chakra. Nakshatra. Sorry. That's what Nakshatra. The hidden nakshatra, the hidden star of Brahma is Abhijit. 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 And it means victorious one. So back to them. Thank you. Back to them. When you see the binary, you realize it is a motherboard, which is flat. Yes. It's a disc. Think of it as like a disc, like a CD. Like, you know, when we had like in the 90s and the 2000s, even in the 90s, yeah, late 90s, the 2000s, like we had a disc. So it's a disc. It's kind of like it's your chakras. You're made in the image of the Elohim or the rays and the form. We're God's greatest creation, right? Because we're the cells. But yeah, it's a disc or an energy field, a plane. It's a scalar wave, but it's a plexus nonetheless within a cosmic being or a disc. And anyway, so the story with Yeshua and Mary, that is the masculine and feminine coming together in holy union, and then he ascends and they leave, you know, she's the only one that can see him, perceive him. His frequency ascended, all right, from the physical plane into the semi-etheric field. And but they did have children, and that child, if you will, the story of it's all lore. The story of it is they brought a frequency onto and into. They ended. Well, we are ending the sixth root race, and we are the star-born children. That's why we have the word star seeds and indigos and light workers and millennials. We are the children. We are the lineage, or we are the frequency holders. Are you confirming everything that I'm saying? Yeah. We're the frequency holders of that lineage, of that frequency. Okay, anchoring it here and embodying it here, which are the star-born children. So, Lyra. And we know this in Helontics as the 12th dimensional, right? It's the 12th dimensional sphere in our Catharic tree of life. Not the Sephiroth. Okay, not the tree of life, but the Sephiroth. That's about the 22 paths of the activating the base DNA, and attaining like enlightenment, if you will. It's the Kabbalah path. What, bud? Of attaining enlightenment through the rites of initiation and going through you got to go through the planetary energies. That's what it is. The right hand path, left hand path, and the middle way. But it's all through the Hebrew, you know, Dramatia and the connection to the planets, because you have to tame your inner planets, okay, and then that activates your outer planets, which are the Neptune, the Uranus, or Doth is Uranus. Even in this stupid fucking book, this guy pissed me off. He got that wrong. This wisdom book, he got that fucking wrong. Doth is Uranus, and that's knowledge. Anyways, and they put that in the wrong place. He put Pluto as Doth? Like, what, bro? What? No. Anyways, Pluto is the soul. It comes in to destroy anything that is not in alignment with the soul. And it connects to our crown chakra, or into our soul star chakra. So even this shit is like, again, clickbait, ooh ha ha. So true that. So the seventh root, but this lore of Yeshua and Mary was telling us, because there's the 7 planetary initiations. Let me turn my chair around and use it as a desk, and I'll open up. If you have your Gene Keys book, you can open to chapter 22. That's what I'm turning to right now. So the initiations, there's more than 7 initiations. There's 9, the 9 centers, the main 9 energy center chakras and whatnot. There's the main 9 initiations that you take in the physical form, because there's the 9th initiation is the body of glory. And then you have more initiations beyond that, beyond the physical realm. But we're just going to talk the ones for the planetary initiation. And yours is, of course, as well. You'll mimic it. And this is where the root races come from and what we do as a species collectively. So it's, the cosmic being that we exist within, okay, Brahma, right? The teenager cosmic being. This is why we're all like in our 40s feeling like we're still teenagers and shit. But you do want to have like a jovial heart and know that life is meant to be lived, right? And be in that innocence and that play and not take things too serious, but do understand the power of your presence and your word and your energy and all that. So anyways, Lyra is the 12th dimension. And that's, again, that's dealing with the stellar. So we're into, not, or we call it galactic here. That's one of the words, but I say cosmic, but galactic. Okay. It's a galactic portal. All right. And it's not dealing with the planetary energy. So let me put my cat outside. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy. Let's go outside. Oh, I'll put you out there. You're so talkative. I love you so much. Bye. Okay. And that's going to be, it's on this one now. It's on the same thing. You're familiar with that? Okay, Lyra here. The lower energy centers, okay, these are dealing, you're going to have planets. So Iyasha's work, or the Kathara Tree of Life, it is dealing more with galactic and stargates, the stars. It's dealing with star consciousness. Another reason why her material is amazing, that she channeled it through, even though she has her own duality, like she has her own good versus evil shit going on, which is fine, as long as we can find the common thread and get the fuck out of separation and just see the reason why the information was channeled through and use it to its highest extent. Okay, but the Sephiroth, it deals with planetary consciousness, because we have to master the planetary fields before we can exit or channel through or connect into the galactic and cosmic frequencies. Those are for base ass bitches. Okay, so the people that, you know, our fractals connecting with are they're star seeds, they're ascended souls, and like not even all of them are from this cosmic being. You know, the Adam Kadmon, or the teenager that I talk about as being in the Brahma. Okay, they're not even from this. They were seated, like, you know, when somebody sends you love and healing, love and light, I'm sending you love and light, and, you know, you receive that in your energy field. Well, other cosmic beings sent this cosmic being love and light. Like, think of the cosmic, we say it's in a dream, Brahma's in a dream, but think of it as more like in a coma, and people are fucking sending frequencies because he got knocked down and he's got parasites in his body, and the parasites, the cancer is like taking over, and it's like bleep, bleep, bleep. I'm making the sound of like the heart monitor and shit, okay? Bleep, 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 bleep. And so it's getting love, and people are sending frequency, and that frequency is consciousness. It's just energy, and that energy descended into its field. And so we have beings here that are not even of this universe. Does that make sense? We say we're from another universe. Well, because we are. Okay? That's when we're like, starseeds were sent in from other realms to help support Earth. Yes. 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 But it's like telepathically. It's energy was sent from another cosmic being that we exist within, that we're a part of. And we've come into this cosmic being's energy field to support it, to support the body, right? Because the body, the physical, is only as strong as its astral and spirit bodies. Right? And if your astral body has a bunch of holes and it has a bunch of, you know, and we see that in the moon with all the craters and shit, but that's actually the sun having like creating solar flares and explosions and evolving. And that's your solar plexus chakra, the cosmic being solar plexus chakra. Okay. That was the wrong one. It's the third one over here. Solar plexus chakra. Just think of getting like GERD, or your gut getting like leaky gut. Then you're leaking. Okay. Can I make this do you guys getting this like on a very simple level? I hope I'm explaining this that you can just comprehend it, because it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be very simple. Okay? We mirror what the cosmic being is going through, because we are it. And it is perfect in itself. It's perfect. It is whole. But we're the cells inside of it remembering that we're perfect and whole. Just think of like how Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about how he broke his back and he had to lay in that hospital bed and he had to use his mind to heal his body. That's the fuck. That's the fuck. And then you have Carl Jung talking about going and doing the dark night of the soul to meet the animus and the anima, whatever one you are, male, female, get it, got it, good. Okay, so the cosmic being is doing the same. Okay, and we call these root races, okay, again, where we're descending from wholeness and perfection, then coming in, eating the apple, right, coming into the toroidal field, coming into splitting of the self from the androgynous self that it is, into the masculine and feminine principles. Okay, this was the beginning of the Atlantean race, the fourth root race. That was the beginning of individual. Well, we are all collectively, coherently one, and it's like group consciousness. But when Atlantis fell, this was descending into individuation, into the fifth root race, which was the development of the mental, the lower mental, or the personal will, individual. Okay. And that was the Aryan root races. It's the root race, and it has the 7 sub-root races. And then the 6th root race was the Christ reign. Okay, and that's where we see all of and you see this mirrored in the yugas, okay, the yuga cycles that are talked about within the Bhagavad Gita or the Vedic astrology or teachings. Okay, and so that was Mars, and that was our emotional, and the sacral center is the development of the astral. Okay, development meaning the refinement of the astral. Yes, you're explaining everything perfectly. Thank you. You're welcome. If I miss your message, just keep putting it on there. I just copy it, paste it, keep putting it in there until my ass fucking sees it. Okay. I do not mean to miss your things. I'm just in a flow. Okay. So the sacral center was the 6th root race and the Christ reign. And that is, again, dealing with the 6th ray and the descent of the 6th ray. And the 6th ray holder is Neptune on a planetary level. And the collective going through idealism and devotion. And we see the devotion shows up in devotion to ourself and another, and the communion. I mean, we see that holy union symbolized through Yeshua and Mary. Okay. And then them, again, giving birth to their child, okay, Sarah, which is the noble gas. So you have an atom and another atom. Atoms need other atoms to engage with. And then when they come together they create a whole. And then that's what Sarah is the representation of, is the whole, or the noble woman. Okay, the royal, which is noble gases. Okay, and the noble, we're talking many different levels of expression here, but everything is elements. The whole point here, going through these root races, is to descend the angelic consciousness, the angel, the celestial self, okay, the stardust, into the animal, which what the earth is representing is the animalistic nature, and coming together with the heaven and earth in one. Okay, so again, the earth realm, or the earth expression, or the mineral, or the matter, the mother, the mineral aspect, is atoms needing other atoms to bind together to create elements. And the ultimate elements, they are the noble gases on the periodic table of elements, the noble gases, the inert gases. Okay, and that's what Sarah represented. And that's the celestial consciousness being born in heaven on earth. Okay, and that's what we are as a 7th root race, or even in esoterics, it's known as the atomic consciousness, or attaining the Adam Kadmon, which is our luminous body, which is when we have the body of glory, which is the 9th. Glorious! Holy shit, the song that's on. Wow. You can't make this up. Can you hear it? Made it through the darkest of the night. Wow. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. So the 9th initiation is attaining the body of glory. And that's what when the planet attains body of glory, that's what the end of time is about. Is the earth attaining the body of its body of glory. Going from being a physical this is again where we see Saturn yoking with Pluto, the crown, and our full etheric body. It's in one of these fucking doodle noodles, guys. Give me a minute. Aha. Okay? Fully yoked. I brought this up yesterday in the live, right? This is where we're fully yoked, our ether body, and we're operating as an individuated toroidal field. And we're not like connected to or emerged and meshed into the morphogenetic field. Okay? We become our own individuated being. We become whole. And then that's what, us wielding the atmospheric energies, essentially. We become an avatar, benders. And that's where Eosha's work comes in as well, with her sliders, benders, elemental work, when she was channeling through Tantriora teachings. Or actually, technically, you'd find more of that in the KDDL. If you get the KDDL workbook from her website, Arrayas.com, you're going to get caught up on all of the slider or shift masters and Tantriora teachings. There's a little bit of everything in the KDDL book and teachings. Ooh, what song is this one? Won't Forget You. Shoes. Won't Forget You. Okay. So it's not only planetary initiation, but it's the planetary initiation's about the root races, what we do as a collective whole, as a species, and each cycle or the resets and shit like that, which is not against us. It's all for us. Everything's for us. Every fucking thing happens for us. Just like some people get disease in the body, it's happening for you. Your body's trying to tell you what's going on, what emotions you're repressing, where you need to change your lifestyle, diet, mindset, all the things. Everything's always happening for you. But you have the choice to see it as being a victim to it. So I choose not to be a victim to the human experience because I understand. And that's where I say read and study, because your mind, it's mind over matter. Like your mind has the power to overcome all obstacles and illusions and delusions. All right. So the first planetary initiation is birth. And that's the Polarian. I know. Polaris, the Polarian root race. The second was baptism, okay? And then that's where we have the Hyperborean root race, second root race. And then the confirmation, you can see this laid out in, again, the Catholic Church, okay? Thought when someone physically harms us. I'm sorry, I didn't read that. Yeah, you can add meaning and make it for you, absolutely. I mean, it's just all about perception, right? Your perception is what creates your reality. So you can either be in a paranoia or a pronoia perspective. And it's better to see the world happening through you, for you, than against you. Even though circumstances are fucking challenging. Like, I understand that fully, completely understand that. My life has been lifed. All right, so the third root race, Lumerian, deals with the confirmation. And the fourth root race, which is Atlantis, and that was matrimony. And the fifth root race was the Annunciation, announcing of the Christ. and that was the Aryan root race. And then the 6th root race was the Tar-Aryans, okay, the Black Aryans, and that was communion. And that's, again, the 6th root race. And then that's where we have the Jesus, Yeshua mythos, symbolism, lore, and manifestation in the physical reality, okay, through the people, not just 2 people, many peoples. But again, we're dealing in we're dealing with the 7th root race now, okay, and the root chakra, which is Saturn, which is the time of Satanism or Saturn or materialism, when we're so far away from the source, from, again, the beginning, we're so far away from it, okay? That's materialism, consumerism, but we have to work as a collective to raise our frequency back up and re-yoke. All right, and then the seventh planetary initiation is ordination, to be ordained, okay? And the 7th, 8th, and 9th happen simultaneously in here. So you don't just have one dark night of the soul, just like a tree doesn't have just one root, all right? It's got, we can say 3 roots. Everything's in a trinity, okay? But the 7th, 8th, and 9th initiation happen within the root, right? And then we go into the void, and I have this right below that, right? The void is right below this, okay? That void space into the darkest depths of ourselves. And then we have to find stability. We have to see safety. We have to become our own Saturn, our own, and our form, and Saturn represents the form, and the form goes through transfiguration. It goes from being physical, or the carbon 666, the carbon self, to the semi-etheric self, which is the triple helix, or the plasma body activation, and plasma being re-yoked. And again, that goes back to, where's my cool little picture at? My little dude. Him. Again, plasma. Okay? And plasma is charged, the charged gases. So the gas, the noble being, the noble child, the starborn children, starborn consciousness frequency being charged. Okay? Through the void, through descending into the root and activating that seed atom that's at the base of our in the coccyx, the original spark, the original seed atom, and that charges that kundalini. Okay, that kundalini rises, and the cerebral spinal fluid rises up to the crown, and it activates the pineal pituitary, and it hemisyncs the brain using the corpus callosum. Okay, the milk and the honey, and that the corpus callosum, that space between, it's where it hemisyncs, and the brain operates through the Godhead, through the God consciousness. And you're pulling in, your auric field pulls in, all right, the plasma or the atmospheric gases, the noble gases, and you're able to wield the plasma. And this is where you see Qigong practices and stuff like that. And you see people, and in the body of glory is an inevitability. The body of glory is an inevitability. Once that seed atom sparks, awakens, which it happens slowly in the collective, and it can happen, it happens slowly within us as well. Okay? People, monks, lots of people practice for entire lifetimes to get that seed atom to awaken, to levitate, to attain the body of glory. So I'm actually guided to speak on, I'll read the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So it's going to be 3 little chapters. Okay? But that 6th root race is what Yeshua and Mary represented. And their child is us, which is that frequency, that lineage. Okay? Or the 12th dimensional consciousness descending, or Lyran consciousness descending into the collective field. Okay? Energy being restored. And that's what Iyash's work's all about. The restoration of the Armentenia, the Stargate, Lyran Stargate that was destroyed through the wars. Okay. Do you think it's all happening at once, or like it changes based on many projecting into reality? Well, we are the happening. So we don't actually live in a cause and effect reality. We live in an acausal reality. So there's no cause and effect. It's a happening. I know, karma, right? We think it's a cause and effect, but it's an acausal reality. It's a happening. You're just in our linear mind of thinking, we experience it linear, like in linearity, right? But it's actually already happened. We're catching up to it. Like when we're like, I'm manifesting my best life, it's already here. It's already happened. Like the law of assumption. That's acausal. So we are frequency attuning to it. That's why we got to wake up. That's why it's wake up from the dream. See, this is the astral body. The astral is the dreams. It's your dream state. We go into our astral body and we come out of the physical, and the astral is our actual reality. But what we're existing within is the astral body of the cosmic being, the dream state of the cosmic being. And its higher counterpart is the causal body. And the only way to wake up, right, is to drop, or you feel like you're falling, or you get jump scared, you get scared, right? And that's what wakes you up, or your soul comes in, or in near-death experience, and that's like root chakra shit, or Kundalini awakens, all of these things. But okay, but we're not in a cause and effect, although it seems like a cause and effect, because that's what science has told us. But now science is like, well, everything's happening simultaneously, so it's acausal. And then that's why we are seeing right now that people aren't being held accountable for their actions, because who are we going to hold accountable? Who is there to hold accountable? It's us. That's why there's no them versus us. It's just us. It's me. It's we. It's I. It's a fucking paradox, I know. It's a mind game. Holy 99 new messages. Holy shit. Wow, yes. Boom. Nan. Hey. Fuck. 99 messages later. I am so sorry, guys. The more plasma aurora lights we see, the higher the frequency gets. Yes. Absolutely. To awaken to who we are within, to remember who we are is I am, my soul is me, reality. Yes. Love this. I love everybody that's in here that is like, you guys get this. I fucking love you guys. I love us. We are one. Exactly. It's all good. Keep flowing. You're like, yeah, I'm loving that you like this. What book do you have in your hand? Oh, this one is the Gene Keys. Thank you for bringing me back to the present when I was guided to speak on. Feeling it. Flow state. Yes. She said, I love us too. It's a beautiful experience. It is an experience. Not all, it's beautiful. Okay. So the 6th initiation, I've got that again, 6th root race, communion, holy union, the twin flame union, masculine and feminine coming together to create the whole. They do. That's the child. That's the 7th root race, the star-born children. And we're here to awaken in the root. Okay. The original spark. The original spark is the primordial spark of creation. Okay. So it's awakening the seed atom in the earth's template as well. Okay. Which is that diamond spark. NF, a little loud. Okay, so, oh my. The award show. All right. So the 6th is to enter into the great initiation is to die into the second aspect of the Trinity, the Christ. That's another note to know. So he alludes to all of it, but I don't understand if he even understands his own work half the time and why he's talking about the 6 root race. It is beyond me. But anyways, I have had many beetle battles with this teacher. Okay. But I mean, it is what it is. No hate, just love. So the higher evolution and the 7th, 8th, and 9th initiations. I'm going to read this piece. Okay, it's like this chunk. So just hold tight, kitties. So the remaining 3 initiations are part of what is called the higher evolution, which lies beyond humanity and our human story. As such, are difficult to describe in the words of certain binding oaths certain binding oaths that are surrounding them in order to protect humans from their dangerous frequencies. These frequencies, he's part of the Golden Dawn. Okay, Rudd is part of the Golden Dawn. Period. Okay, so these frequencies are no longer conveyable other than through sound or through direct transmission in silence or in presence. Even so, the higher evolution has always been known about, and fragments of truth concerning it can be found throughout human culture. In the Christian church, the higher evolution is represented through the priesthood and its hierarchies. The 7th initiation of ordination, again, 7th initiation, to be ordained, okay, to be ordained, and everybody what? Has the ability to become a what? Ordained minister, right? Through the universal church of life. So please look at our reality from that lens of like all the signs and symbolisms that our subconscious, collective subconscious is speaking to us. As initiates, you've already done this. You've done this in previous lifetimes. This is your remembering. Hey girl, Holly Hot Mom. Thank you. You've already done this in previous initiations. Wake up and remember yourself. Remember this. Take off those masks, off those illusions, okay, off the lies. Okay, so the 7th initiation of ordination has much to do with the notion of coordination. And these incarnations point humanity in specific new directions. What are we all doing? Waking up to what? Take the helm of the ship, of the Earth ship Merkaba, the Earth's Merkaba, our Merkaba. Right? We're waking up and we're leading. We're becoming leaders. We're guiding people and the other 1,000 fucking monkey effect of consciousness in the correct direction, right? Yes. So the presence of such beings in the world always precipitates a great shift in consciousness of the whole planet. Interestingly, there are always 5 avatars present on the earth at any given moment. They form a unified force field that steers the balance of humanity towards evolution rather than destruction. Where the hell is my hair direction going? Okay. Sorry, my vanity, my girlness came out. All right, so the presence of such beings. We're here to drive humanity into the direction of evolution and not destruction. The 8th initiation of sanctification is an extremely rare event on our planet. Initiations at this level are really beyond human understanding, as they have to do with the flow of essence from the 7th monadic body. Now, that is known, the monadic body is also known as grace descending into the collective, or the 7th seal being released into the field of humanity. The 7th seal is also held by the 7th ray, and the planetary ruler of that is Uranus. Okay, and grace is, all of the agents of grace are found within the constellation of Pisces and Virgo. Okay, but the monadic principle, the monadic body, okay, and you're hearing who? Professor Yang, okay, talking about the monad, the monad, the monad, the monad, right? All over. Just look at the cues and symbolism that our subconscious is creating, whether they're real humans or not. It doesn't matter. It is signs and symbolisms. You have to be able to interpret them. Okay? Don't rush me. I pause in between for reasons. Okay, so the essence from the 7th monadic body into the atomic and Buddhic bodies. Although it does occasionally occur on an individual level, the 8th initiation is a collective initiation that can only be taken towards the end of humanity's evolution. The 9th and final initiation, planetary initiation and personal, brings an end to the story of consciousness. On an individual level, the 9th initiation can only take place through silence. The void. The void. The void, silence, going into the seed. The void. Okay? It can only take place in silence. In certain esoteric traditions, it is also referred to as the refusal. After this initiation, the indwelling awareness refuses to materialize and dissolves back into the primordial essence from which it was born. The seed. Tradition tells us that only a very few initiates have taken the 9th initiation to date. It is during this final initiation that the first body and the 7th body, the crown. I'm pointing at the crown. Sorry, a little puzzle thing popped up. It is during during the final initiation that the first body and the 7th body fuse together. Again, this is where you're seeing. Again, they fuse together. This is the etheric template. Okay, when the root and the crown come together, it fuses and you create your etheric body. Okay, it is during the final initiation the 1st and 7th body fuse together. The physical form then ascends and completes its final great destiny. And that is the new heaven and the new earth. One can see from the depth of the 22nd city of grace is difficult to describe in words. The reason for this is that you need to experience it in order to know what it is. Although grace is a word that is often used in spiritual circles these days, it should not be used lightly. Rather, it needs to be treated with the utmost respect. We have learned that grace has to be earned through graciousness. This is the great message of the 22nd gene key. To find graciousness is in the face of suffering, and perhaps even to find something more. Holiness itself wearing a disguise. The 22nd gene key, which you can see that everywhere. People prancing around, acting like a fucking little holy saint with their little white robes on, being a boho dumbass bitch. Bang bling. Okay? So, I got a little fucking faux hawk going on. I hate these backwards mirroring shit because it like throws me off. So if the 22nd gene key, I'm not going to read that piece. Okay, we are all here to be tested over and over until we show our faith in nature herself can never again be lost. So grace is a presence that descends onto humanity, and like all the cities, it requires that we meet it halfway, which for us humans may seem a very long way away. This is, after all, a perfected state in which everything about you and your life will be changed permanently. When the true grace descends, it wipes out all your past karma in a flash. You get that word, flash, solar flash. Okay, what's coming? The solar flash to wipe out. What are we all doing? Clearing the patterns, sanskaras, of our ancestors, to wipe out all of our ancestral patterning. It's a reset. It's a veneration of the DNA. It's grace fully descending. So what are we all doing as a humanity? We're rising up to meet grace as grace descends. We are rising. Thank you. We are rising through our suffering. We are on the path of Christ, right? We are the children of Christ. We are the children of light. We are the starborn. here to experience the body of glory. And in order to attain the body of glory, our genetic templating of our ancestors has to be wiped. Our karmas have to be released. That's why we have shadow work. Many will be called, few will answer. Okay? So grace softens through your rough, he's a poet. Grace softens through your rough edges, puts a permanent end to your fears, and leaves you in no doubt whatsoever of your divinity. It also ensures that you never again forget. It is impossible to measure in words the sheer number of blessings that grace bestows when it aligns on us. Now, grace is going to happen on individual levels, and then we'll be living in states of wonderment and love and alignment, and it'll just feel like we won the motherfucking genetic lottery. All right? That's your divine inheritance as a star-born child. Okay? But you had to go through your shadow work. You had to go through the patterns of your ancestors to heal them. It's repentance, essentially. It's to repent. What real repentance is. Not the whole bow down, please forgive me bullshit like that. No, we have to live the pattern and choose to make different decisions. We choose differently, which means we change our mindset around it too. It's not happening to me, it's happening through me. You're welcome, mujer. I think I'm saying that correctly, but if I'm not, I apologize. I'm glad that you're enjoying this, and thank you, soulmate, for the gifts. I appreciate it. All right. So grace is, let me keep going back here. One who has been touched by grace is always touched by grace. So if you've had grace in a past life, you'll have it again in this life. That's why you have so many experiences where you're like, I should have been dead, but you weren't. You can call it timeline jumping, whatever the hell. Grace is descending. Grace is touching you. Okay. Grace is also another word of the Divine Mother. Okay. Or the Holy Spirit. Descending on you, has her hand over you, okay, or the Shekinah, whatever you want to call it, the Holy Spirit, wisdom, Sophia, grace. So if it will go on bathing you again and again, grace, in lifetime after lifetime. To be in the presence of someone manifesting this city is to be entranced by the aura of love that surrounds them. It is something you can never forget, and it will stir your own soul to seek it until you find it. Grace is the very breath of the divine, the Holy Spirit. It is always there waiting for us high above if we just persist in our sacrifices. Wherever there is oppression, there is a possibility of grace. If you can face oppression with a gracious spirit and a forgiving heart, grace will come to you sooner or later. Grace is a feminine spirit, and she cannot resist giving herself to those who smile in the face of adversity. If grace touches you, you no longer create karma. If grace touches you, you no longer have your own destiny, but become a musical instrument tuned and played by the gods. And the gods in this case are your planets. Those are the little G's. The little geomancies. I talked about it in my live yesterday. It's the little geomancies, right? Each one of them hold a shape, a frequency, a harmonic, right? Just like whenever you put your fingers on like a, is it over here? I don't have it over here. A flute. I do have something. I'm just trying to get something for visual, okay? Each one of these where I put my finger. Oops, gotta have my thumbs over this. Okay? So, you get it. Okay? So, you're an instrument. And it's all a different sound. Each one of those planets is a different sound, a different harmonic, a different frequency, a little G, or a D, or an E, or an F, or a C. You know what I'm saying? Sharp. Low, get it? Got it? Cool. Okay, so the little G's flow through yous and me's. And we can either dance in harmony or we can look like a fucking robot having a fucking panic breakdown. And that's fine too. Just know that you belong on a different dance floor. And that's why in, Germany, they have 3 different levels for EDM. Okay, anyways, I'm done. I'm going to get on my own little tangent. Dubstep, that's right. I love it. Absolutely. Well, thank you. So if grace, I already said that, no more karma. Okay, you are an instrument tuned and played by the gods. And that's why I'm telling you, like, as you evolve, you know, you progress and you're entering into you become a vessel for the planets to move through you, and we progress through our life. You're going to be governed by different planets, not just your original planetary ruler, your ascendant ruler, okay? Your progressive chart, and then this is why we have the dashas in Vedic astrology, right? Different charts, and we're looking at different cycles. Like sometimes you're ruled by like your dasha, the larger cycles. You know, sometimes you're in your North Node dasha, or your Mars dasha, or your Jupiter dasha, or your Venus dasha. Okay, so it's so layered. Astrology is so layered. And I love that for us because we're not always just governed by one planet. We get a fucking break. Okay, it's just different development cycles through which your lens of perception, or your sun, just like the sun moves into a different sign once every 28, depending on what astrology you're pulling up, but we'll just go with 30 degrees, every 30 degrees. Okay, the cosmic awareness, the collective awareness is now seeing life through a different lens. All right, right now in real astrology, the sun is in Aries. So we're seeing it through the Godhead. We're seeing it through play and passion and war and aggression, right? All right, I know you get it. I know you got it. She's got it. That pocket is, I have my pocket is holy. So it wasn't holding us. I had to put my little wand somewhere else. It's my magic stick. It's my magic stick. Ciao. Don't judge. I didn't say I was perfect. So anyways, if grace touches you, you no longer have your own destiny, but become a musical instrument tuned and played by the gods. With grace, all human emotion is instantly transformed into love. It is not a state with which most human beings are very familiar. As a species, however, we are moving into a new epoch that will be marked by grace. As each of the 7 seals is opened, the world we have become used to will begin to drop away. Drop away. Right? Just like the people, I'm using this as an expression, don't stop me, don't tell me to keep reading either. Okay? It's going to drop away. What does that mean? It's just like the people that you no longer talk to. They're no longer in your personal reality. They're there, they exist in their own dimension and reality, but they're not in yours. So things will just drop away from the hologram. A whole new world. And that's why people are moving locations right now. Because we're going home to our hearts, and our whole hologram will change and things will just start to disappear. Because it's a fucking hologram. Okay? As each of the 7 seals is open, the world we have become used to will begin to drop away. In its place will rise, shining and resplendent as the summer sun, the new heaven, and the new earth that St. John talked about in his great revelation. Now that we have taken in this profound transmission of the 22nd Jinki, it is recommended that you give it time to sit with and marinate, okay? Marinate on this. Marinate on you. On you. On you, noble one. On you, starseed. On your fully embodied self. On your God conscious, marinate, sit in grace. Allow for that divine feminine spirit, the Holy Spirit, to touch you, to surround you, to encompass you, to release you from your suffering. Recognize it. How does a human being live in a hologram? I mean, you're not a human. What do you think your human being is? You're fluids, fizzing and fusing together. You're an avatar. You are in an avatar, like a sim game. Like my kid plays these sim games. I don't know, it's a new one that they just came out with. You're actually in a field. You're just You're interpreting the field, the energy fields. And then your cells, are you really asking that question? Your cells are fizzing and fusing. And it's a harmonic, like your harmonic resonance. You have a bunch of different resonant frequencies that are holding you together. Well, that elastic, that silica, the crystalline lattice, we call the fascia network. Crystal, silica, liquid silica. You're a crystal, just like we look at a quartz crystal. And it seems like it's solid, but it's not. It's just fusing and fizzing. And I'm trying to get a crystal over here. I'm like, where the hell do I have one? They're all over the house, but this will be a good enough one to use. It's quartz. It's a rose quartz, so you'll get it, right? It's a rose quartz. This looks super solid, but it's not. It's oscillating at such a high, fast-paced frequency that it seems solid. As do you, brother. As do you. As do I. But when we touch, we're actually not touching. And that's scientifically proven. We're 99.99999% space. So we're just consciousness. And this crystal suit here is the resonator. And we're either able to interpret it because we've aligned our mind, body, spirit, and our antenna and our organs to be able to interpret the senses correctly. Or we're living in a state of detachment, disillusion, and confusion, and we think we're separate from all that is. But we're really not. We're not touching. We're not even separate. We're all actually sitting in the same space. The greatest game on earth is Earth. Bye. I need a miracle. A miracle. A miracle. Oh. Well, I'm glad that you liked the response. I need a miracle, baby, and that's grace. I'm telling you, everything's coming through the channel right now. So when I'm talking about a geomancy, or I'm talking about a planetary taking a shape, right? This is the flower of life. This was created by a friend quite so many years ago. But I don't know how to say it. We're here to bring heaven and earth. We are here. We are the embodiment, the totality of heaven and earth, right? The root to the crown, the fullness all around. We are the starborn. We are the children of the light. We are the stars and the earth in one, fully complete, fully whole. So when I'm talking about creating a geomancy in each one of your energy centers, and the planets, which are the fucking energy centers, wandering stars, they create these shapes. Okay, this is the flower of life, but this is the seed atom. This is the seed. This is what the seed atom looks like. This is where you get your doubling sequence. This is where the chelantic science is like, it's not the phi, it's not the fractal, blah. The seed of death, blah, 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 blah. All their fucking duality shit. All right, but this is, again, internal mathematics and external mathematics. That's all it is. It's internal mathematics and external mathematics. So from internal creation, the whole or doubling sequence, okay, and then the fractal, which is our refractalization from inside to the external, which is the golden ratio, which is the binary code, the binary sequence. So they're not dueling spirals. They don't battle each other. They are one within each other. Okay? But anyways, the planets all make different geometry, different shapes, and those hold the resonant and frequencies. And that's what guides, and we talk, like, it takes certain years for these loops and swoops and cycles to happen. And when we're talking in astrology, like you got a sextile, or you're creating a square, or you've got an aspect or an opposition, okay? So then we see where planets and their shapes overlap each other and how those energies culminate together, and then what house that happens for you and how that makes manifest in you through your experiences. So astrology is to help your psychology, your understanding of what it is that your energetic, you on the sine wave are experiencing. Okay, to come and hold. Now you don't have to get all that deep into it. I mean, obviously my past lives have been all about it. But in this life, I'm just here to synthesize shit and make it simple, cohesive, and to help people orient. Okay, and also to let you know you're not alone. Not that you needed that confirmation, but you're not alone. Okay, so I talked about the root races, or no, I did talk about the root races. And we are the seventh in the all, and that's the bringing the heaven to earth, and that changes the completely changes the hologram. Oh, Spirit wants me to talk about the 60th city. I don't know why. I didn't even pull up the chart today to see what the hell the planets are in. But the 60th city essentially is divine justice and the final judgment. It's justice, the city of justice, but it's the final judgment day. And this has to do with the body, and again, the transition, when grace descends into the collective. And when I got the prophecy in 2020 that God would elevate his people and would walk among us for eternity, that means that the God consciousness would fully turn on, or the great awakening, and that would be before the United States of America was NUCKED, go nuclear, right? And what does that mean to us, though, in the collective? That we go nuclear, or as another word for that is atomic. So we go nuclear, right? So that solar flash is us. The sun is also us. So everything is us, but we go atomic. And again, that has to do with like a whole new world. And so the 60th city is the cracking of the vessel, and the earth itself, right, is that vessel. The earth itself is the earth-shaped Merkaba, because we're on a Merkaba. Oh, that's why I had that out. So the earth is, like I said, a disc. And so we see that depicted in like the toroidal field and the plane and the flat earth dynamics and stuff. And another reason why Iyasha shit's wrong, because she's like, we're a globe, blah, 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 there's aliens, blah, and they're out to get us. MK Ultra, just like Mr. Wilcox was, and he pew-pewed, right? Or just disappeared, whatever. Okay, yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna say anything mean. Rest in pieces. But anyways, we are this. This is a two-dimensional shape. You know what I'm saying? So imagine it with having like volume, mass. Okay? There's many vertices, many angles of light, and then it's all rotating like in and out, 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 in and out. Okay? So the earth-ship Merkaba itself, that's justice. Let's put my little magic stick down. So it is called justice, but the true meaning of this word in acidic context is utterly different from our usual interpretation of it. As we've already seen, the 60th gene key concerns the laws and limitations that govern our world of matter. At the gift level, there is an intellectual understanding of these laws and are not quite what they seem. Okay, as reflected in our modern scientific quantum physics. So this, and there appears to be a force operating outside the laws governing this reality, this physical reality. This force may be called God, it may be called grace, magic, fate, and I just threw my magic stick, fate, or even chance. But the fact is that it lies beyond our human control. All right. So the things that have to be broken in order for the earth-ship Merkaba, our whole reality will shift. And the laws that govern this physical reality don't govern the semi-etheric and non-physical realities. So matter mathematics don't apply to other densities. So in our density here, in the carbon density, or the low oscillation, okay, the math here doesn't apply to the math in the higher densities because it's not gravity, right? Gravity is one of those laws, okay, which is about density, and time. So gravity and time. So who keeps being pew-pewed? Scientists that are breaking the laws of physics and time, right? So in our reality, what is that showing us? If it's happening in a negative, inverted way in our hologram, so we need to be able to read the reality so we can read that. So they're unaliving the scientists that are breaking the time-space continuum. okay, that are coming across how to. All right. So that is telling us that these laws have already been broken, that we have broken through the dimensional constructs and limitations of time, of matter. Yes. Hey, Paige Poo. Good to see you here, sis. We're almost there. So, well, we are there. So our hologram is nothing but us telling us, our subconscious. Are you hearing? Can you hear what I hear? Do you see what I see? Can you feel what I feel? Are you listening to me? Listen, right? Pocahontas, listen. The world, the winds all around you, the birds, the bees, the screaming chimpanzees on the fucking screen. What are they saying? Read it. Read your reality. That's what our reality is telling us. Now, don't be a Debbie Downer and read it from a paranoia perspective. The world's happening to me. Ah! You're an unintegrated, ignorant fuck if you do. Love you. Right? But if you see it from a pronoia perspective, this is why the Buddha, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. It has already been done. All I have to do is observe. Be in the now. Eckhart Tolle. Presence. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to fix anything. All this healing, heal. My God, I was in that for a hot minute. Heal. Yes, there's things to be aware of. Yes, there's things to correct. But that's not your life. That isn't even living. It's fucking mental torture. Jesus, that took forever to get out of. That's perseverance to move through that shit. Anyways, okay, moving forward. So let's continue. Cultures. There's an enormous magic hidden within the 60th city. It is true magic because it is acausal. It cannot be learned, mastered, or imitated. Every time a being attains enlightenment through the 60th city, magic comes pouring through this being and they become a phenomenon, a symbol of the breaking of the laws of form. Think of Baba Ji and how he just bippity boppity boo and he appears in the Himalayas, right? Even Yogananda Parsamahana, please don't make fun of me for fucking messing up these names. I'm not privy on Sanskrit name or Hindu names, okay? Yogananda Paramaharsa. Fuck, I can't ever say this right correctly. Anyways, he even talks about him in his book, how he appears, right? Because he does, because he's broken these laws. He attained the Siddhic state, or the Vibhuti, okay, the city of justice. He broke the laws of form. Okay, and this is what we have people that are like time travelers. We even see him on TikTok. Who knows if they're real or not. But he's like this dude that's like in 2027. He's like, yeah, nobody's really here anymore. You want to know why? Well, for one, he's broke the laws of time and he's time traveling. But for two, it's another hologram for me. I'm interpreting. It comes across my FYP a couple of times, quite a few times actually. But I mean, it's for me to read my reality. But we've broken through the law of time and we moved the new heaven and new earth. Let's read now. So at the 60th, at the collective level, the 60th city will become one of the very last cities to dawn. This is why we have always interpreted it as Judgment Day. When the 60th city begins to ignite in multiple beings, it will be the ending of the world as we know it. The song, it's the end of the world as we know it. All right. Everything will indeed be revealed in its true sense. The laws that hold together the earth will crack, and our planet will begin to transmute. The 60th city has been known by certain esoteric schools as the Merkaba, or the chariot of light. The true collective Merkaba is the earth herself, the spirit of Gaia. When the earth disappears, it will do so suddenly, and all the cells that have held the consciousness that we call Gaia will move to another reality. Only then will we really know what divine justice means, and it will have no meaning whatsoever on an individual level. We have absolutely no idea what the event will look like or feel like, but those with the 60th city hold the key to this ultimate magical occurrence. Magic! Every human being knows this is our future, and it lies secretly encoded in the deep limitations of our material DNA. However, certain divine laws conceal those higher aspects of our own nature from our view. We have to finally evolve to be able to see them. And the two great laws that we must evolve beyond are gravity and time, or density and time. So our body has to become less dense. We have to become more light. Light at heart. These two laws are not absolute, but completely relative to awareness. The binary helix of our DNA is microcosmically composed out of these two laws. DNA holds memory and it acts as the living, evolving local structure for sentient life. Evolution demands time and localization demands space. When awareness passes beyond these two laws, they are seen not as false, but as lower frequency signatures of higher divine laws. Beyond our human form, other realities and dimensions exist. The cosmos is full, it's teeming and abundant with interdimensional life forms. In more advanced forms of life, the mirror of DNA is no longer a binary or the doubling sequence, no longer a binary structure, but a trinary helix, a triple helix. The triple helix unites all beings beyond space and time and frees awareness to travel unimpeded. Frees awareness to travel unimpeded throughout the cosmos. Remember, I was telling you about the telepathic, us sending, coming from other universes, other cosmic beings, right? Same thing. So, however, the triple helix cannot support a carbon-based life form. It requires a far subtler structure or vehicle, the underlying geometry of the universe itself, which is plasma. Plasma, it's your silica, your crystalline structure. On my way, dearie. Okay. Now, those crystalline structures are discussed in great detail in the Tantri Aura teachings, and you can find those on Arrayas.com through Ashiana Dean's website. If you'd like, she has lots of PDFs that you can download. You have to pay. They're like usually $88 a book, or sometimes they're more. If like KDDL 2, it's a much larger, so it costs more. Or you don't. You don't have to know all that, but it's there. So I'm going to open up to some of the images. Now, again, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I do not own any rights to any of these visuals. I'm just using them to show, to articulate. Where are we at? I'm going through the Aurora, the room with the view. I'm just going through some of them here. So this image right here, I'll use these. So the fascia layers. Okay. So in her body of work, or the Tantri Aura teachings, she really goes into the fascia layers. Can you guys, let me see this here. You really can't see, but the eternal caves of creation, spaces between, internal. So we have to go internal, the void, internal, okay, internal within us. So this here is, oh my God, this is so weird doing it backwards. Okay, so here she's describing the fascia layers. That's what these are. These images are, oh, let me get the bigger one there. These are the fascia layers. Okay, the plasma, she's using the plasma ball here. We've all seen those at Spencer's and shit, okay? The plasma ball to describe the fascia, the internal fascia network here, okay? And of the cells, okay? The passages here. And then this is the more of like a little bit of black and white in color, right? So again, same thing that you just saw on the last page, which here, this is called the plasma body flip out, plasma body activation, eternal ancient eyes, and the, Carusic membranes. Now, remember I told you that Spirit had her use a different language. She calls it the Anahazi language. It's just so she doesn't get hit with copyrights, and they don't come at her. They can't come at her because she created her own fucking language. Okay? So anyways, inside this right, God damn it, Carrie. So this is fucking annoying. There, I'm not good with the backward stuff. In there, can you guys see that? Okay, there's the being within there. This is the inside of the fascia network. All of the, I'm on the other side. All of these right here are the cells within the cells within the cells. So think of Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, and then going in, or actually the Magical School Bus is the best one, where they go inside of a body. There's also another movie where they get shrunk down and they go inside of a body. Okay, but you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what this is. And here's a bigger image. The Kurusha, there, the bigger image is on the back. Oh my God, I was doing all that to show you. Okay, this is inside the fascia network. Okay, the cells within a cell within a cell, or a fractal within a fractal within a fractal. So we gotta have fractal mathematics. I don't know, she says she created this with just using the double sequencing, but that's all magic squares and shit. But in other ways, the internal creation mathematics. Okay, that's what this is, and this is like the crystalline, the fractaling of it. Okay, and these realms work within the plasma fields, which are the helioplasmic colors. Okay, so you're looking at like the glittery colors. Okay, the crystalline color. Like, see all that glittery color and stuff. So we're dealing with pale yellow, pale pinks, the aqua blues, and the helioplasmic rays. All right, so it's shiny, you know, and people are like, my crystalline, my hand is glittery. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And then she goes even deeper into talking about the layers and how they connect, how each one of these layers connects to the different dimensions and our atmosphere. Which I don't have those written out on any Doodle Noodles. But I do have them in other, I mean, I've talked about this many times in classes and courses, so. The plasmatic fields. But anyways, it's more so just being aware that these teachings do exist for a fucking reason. For those that came in to understand them and embody them. I'm trying to find, she has like an image. There we go. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. These last two, these workbooks. And now she doesn't sell them like that. They come in a PDF. You have to print them up yourself. I sent them to a printing press and had mine printed up and put into a binder. All of the books that I purchased. I purchased every book. So, because I used to teach this. Okay, so anyways, this is the helioplasmic frequencies, okay? This is a glass. She had this made and blown when she lived out here in Sarasota. She's no longer here in Sarasota, right? This is the flame body. Okay, family, be you. Okay, like home. Ooh, what does it say on the back? Family, be grateful for all that you have. Take care of each other. Keep your promises. Spend quality time together. Play games, tell jokes, always tell the truth, even when it's hard. Have family dinners. Be generous and kind with your words. Remember birthdays and anniversaries. Be polite and respectful. Inspire each other to reach your potential. Hug often. Dream big. Forgive quickly and don't hold grudges. Be brave and fearless. Never lose sight of who you are. Always do your best. Don't be afraid to fail sometimes. Above all, love each other because there's no place like home. I love that. Because I have my family rules. Oh, you guys got to see this. And I didn't even, anyways. Look, guys. I have my family rules on my wall right there. See, you know when we're all fractal. We're all family. We're all family here. All right. And I had that in my house in California prior to my awakening. Who doesn't have those damn things that we find? I find, you know, I got mine at probably Home Goods or something like that. Anyways, be you, a genuine, original, Find your voice, make a difference. Don't forget where you came from. Again, this is returning to home. That's kind of where this call began, right? This returning to home, to yourself, to the heart. And why did why is the light like so low now? All right, whatever. Hello, family. Hello from Oklahoma. All right, and then this is the plasmantic. So in this one, this is the plasma body, and then what each one of your fascia layers is connecting to. So the more plasma, your plasma body is activated, you're going to be connecting into, or which layer of your plasma body is being activated. Again, that's going to connect you to a density 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and which aspect of the atmosphere is that connected to. And so that's where I do want to leave off. And I know they're like, oh no, but I need to make that as a doodle noodle so that it's larger. And this is very obnoxious for me to stand here and like try to go in and out with this and then point at it and talk about it. So this is your plasma body activations and which density it's connected to, which layer of your dermis, okay, skin, dermis, epidermis, subdermis, all of the different layers in the skin, the tissues, which is where the fascia is found. And that's your crystalline silica lattice body. And then, again, which part of the atmosphere is that connected to? And I have some of this here with the atmosphere on it. I just don't know which one, the belt one has the belt on it. This is what I mean. I need to Merkaba. That's what this is. The Merkaba, the ether body. I explained that already. All right. I don't have it. I mean, I do have it. I just don't know where the hell it's at. Maybe it's in one of these. One of the top ones. Oh, it is the very fucking top one. Go figure. It was the very top one. Where's my magic stick? Okay. Can you guys see this? It's good. I'm going to step out. Do we eventually quit eating solid foods? I mean, babe, it's your choice. Like, the fuck? These are all people's. You don't have to eat. You don't have to eat. No. But you can. And your ancestors might require it. You might have, you might just be honoring your ancestors. Your body might need it too. Your hormones and stuff to stabilize. You might have parasites. You might have to be feeding them until you starve them out. I don't know you. You got to know you. You got to figure you out. Everybody's different. We're all different. Yeah, no, you eat more, it burn. No, you eat more, it burn up to energy. It burns energy, okay? It's energy, you need it. People say it's energy and that you need it. I don't think so. I've done a 10-day fast and I felt the best in my whole fucking life. But I got kids and I gotta eat and I'm like, it smells so good. And I just eat. I like it. It's good. So you do you, boo. I don't think we need food either. The sun gives enough. Water. We need water. I think we need water to cool our electrical systems down. Yeah, like I don't eat fucking 3 times a day. I eat once a day. Yeah. Water is life. Very important. Water. Definitely solar water. Yeah. Everybody's like, water, water, water. But I also don't play into a lot of the mind game shits that they try to promote with hormonal imbalances, menopause and stuff like that, the chemical imbalance stuff. Again, that if you believe it, so it is kind of thing. Your beliefs create your fucking reality in every way possible. So 1443, 243, 243, 1443. Is that what time it is? Yeah, so it's 5, 7, 57. 57 is intuition and clarity. Yeah, but a lot. So everybody's is different. You don't go starving yourself. Don't don't, do you, boo. It's like you're the one that's got to work through your programs. You have to, that's a you journey. Like, it's a collective initiation for sure, but it's a you journey. And none of that will matter. Like, whenever the Siddhic frequency dawns within you and you hit the body of glory, like, people have fasted, people have done this and done that, prayed, mantra'd, yantra'd, fucking all these things. And it's when it's meant to happen in you genetically, it will shift. It will just happen. Some people have attained Siddhic states of frequency and they're forced to eat to keep them alive or whatever. They get so out of delusional and psychosis and stuff like that. So you want to be as balanced in your understanding, your belief system, your operating system, your mind, your body, in coherence as much as possible. So do you. So anyways, I did get that phone call. I think it's time for me to cut the stream. I think that's what was coming, what's coming through for me is to cut the stream. So I'm going to cut the stream. Hello. And it's all about your cellular voltage. Yeah. You're a battery. You're an electric being. You're electrical. So, I mean, if you need to cool your system down, if you want to slow your system down, you want to ground, food is grounding as well. I can put you right into alignment. Love those. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So we should pick up, I don't know. Spirit's going to guide me. I did say I was going to go live every day. Not the same time. I'm sporadic. Just bear with me. It's how I operate. Or don't. Oh, thank you so much for that one. That was huge. Damn, it's going to be a replay. It's going to be me bending down all forehead in the fucking picture. It's right, whatever. Vanity. But anyways, we'll go over the plasmatic fields and the embodied fascia layers of the eternal, authentic, Elysian deity, the Elysian. Oh my goodness, the Elysian. Thank you, Blair. The Elysian deity planes and the human body. So the deity planes is, again, internal creation. So we're not going out of outer space. It's like the song, you're not really looking out, you're really running in. So we're actually going into internal creation. The next great adventure, like they keep throwing fucking rockets into space. The next great adventure is not into outer space, it's to inner space. Okay. And so that's why Iyasha's work is like, her channel teachings are about internal creation mechanics. And it's to sit into meditation to get to know thyself, gnosis. Okay. The true teachings of the mystic Yeshua and all of the Gnostics and the Essenes. Okay. Our ancients that were during the sixth root race. It was always to go within. And now we're going to be navigating internal space and getting to know the fascia networks and getting to understand the cells in our bodies from a different level. Okay. Like they've already learned about the atoms and the nucleus and the lipids, and like, they're not really touching. It's just different levels of like what Iyasha's work would call like partiki, partica, and particum. Like, matter, like density levels of matter, but semi-etheric. Quarks and lipids and things like that. They're just energy. It's like how we create the star in a jar. It's sound, it's pressure. And then a lot of sound together creates more pressure, creates the combustion of the star, of the atom that we are. So, and these teachings are just a way, and again, it's its own language. All right. So it's not about being delusional. It's about getting around the time of Satan and the copywriting. Now, she'll say that it's its own language, the Anahazi language that was here during during the second seeding of Tara and yada, yada, yada. And, sure, whatever. I see it as getting around copyrights and not being flagged by systems, because AI would be like, what the fuck is that? What the hell is that? What language is that? It's their own, right? So it's actually very smart how Spirit used her in that creative way Just like when, we're over there like copying what the minion language, or, we're speaking Star Trek language or pig Latin and shit from the Power Rangers. Okay. So it's a creative way they create their own language. Very cool. Or even in the movie, The Avatar, in the Avatar movie, they have created their own language. It's very creative. It's very smart. It's very smart, especially in the time of Satan and people with their greed and their patent words and patent letters and patent combinations and patent. Okay. So you just inspired me. Going to make a video about giant bells, Bell Labs, AT&T, and cell phones. I love that. I love that for you. I love that for everybody. And yeah, and T&T, and yeah, I love that. I'm not going to say that word. The NASA one. Yes. But we're in the time of Satan and inversion, confusion, delusion. So just stay in the heart and the Christ inspired, in the noble essence that you are as a star, as an atomic being. And I will see you in our next live. I have no idea what Spirit's going to guide me to say, but today, this wraps it. This replay will be available on my YouTube channel, just like yesterday's replay is available on my YouTube channel, which is where the long content goes now, at Quirky Cosmo. Just QUIRKY, because I lube it up for you, baby. And I'll see you in the next live. Quirky Cosmo, because I lube the cosmos just for you. All right, that's my handle. It's my sign off, really. I'm going to lube the cosmos. Bake it, fuck it. It's juicy, baby.